Today we're checking back in with Ethereum's ETH coin, performing some technical analysis and making some predictions on where we can expect to see ETH go in the near future. Let's get into it. Welcome back into the Ethereum chart, guys. If you'd like to buy Ethereum or want some free Bitcoin, there are a couple of links down in the description of today's video. And we finally have some really big news for ETH. We have managed to break out past one of our key points of resistance at $1,305. Right now, we're currently sitting at a value over here, as you can see, of $1,482. So far, the day high has been $1,497, and of course, there is still plenty of time in the day to go, so we could be seeing even higher levels than that. Very, very exciting. If you recall from my last video, we thought we had a bit of a flag pattern, and it looked something a little bit like this, and I was expecting, to be honest, a bit of a crash, because that is the way that most coins were going, and you can see that certainly did occur. We dropped out of that triangle, but somehow we have managed to come back and bounce back even harder, which is very, very exciting. And as you can see, as a result of that, resistance broken, and we are now starting to set new highs for the recent month, which is pretty exciting. So where does this leave us? Well, I think we can categorically say that this key point of, I suppose, support, it's not to worry about anymore. As well as that, I think we can probably safely say as well, this channel won't really come back into play. So we're going to remove those things for the time being. Then what we're also going to do is zoom out a bit, because I want to put in place our next key point of resistance. So we're going to copy this line here, and what we do is basically identify where that point may be. And I think you'll find we're actually, from a shorter term perspective, seeing that the $1,500 mark is roughly the point at which we will need to be targeting moving forward, and we're sitting smack bang on it at the moment. So breaking through that would be another major milestone for ETH and for the longevity of the crypto market, because as you know, we have been deteriorating for quite some time, and the patterns that have been forming have been pretty negative. So this is pretty exciting stuff. Let's take a look at the monthly chart as well. That's always quite interesting. Actually, sorry, the weekly. Let's go on that one. You can see a beautiful curve up there, and it puts things into a bit more of perspective. We did see something similar to that over here, but it was a trap. This was a bull trap. Now we're hopefully starting to see a legitimate reversal, and if we do manage to get above that $1,500 mark, that should really solidify that for us. So of course we got the $1,500 mark. Then the next target that follows that is basically this point here. It's about 1,670 odd, and you can see plenty of bounce points over here historically. So that will be major. Lots and lots of price action in the past as well. Let's go back to the daily chart and have a look at a few more indicators. So firstly, look at the volume. The volume hasn't been significant, but it is larger than what we have been seeing. And on these green days, I suppose, we're seeing nice little moves, and that would indicate for me that the RSI would be increasing quite a bit. And as you can see, it has shot up. This is indicating that the vast majority of buyers and sellers are buyers. And you can see right now the RSI is sitting at 65.22, moving towards that overbought range. We're not there yet. We're a few points off it still, but I would not be surprised if we, I suppose, kept moving up to that point, then had to cool off a bit. So I'd suspect either we do manage to break through the $1,500 mark up here, which would be fantastic, or we do see it cool down a bit, maybe bounce back off 1,305 before coming back and testing. In my opinion, that's probably the more likely case scenario when we're looking at this sort of thing at the moment. So hopefully that is what we start to see. Let's have a look at the MACD as well now. The MACD, once again, another rejection of the 12-day EMA when it's moving towards the 26-day. We have continued the green period, and you can see this has happened over here, and it has happened for a second time here now. We're moving into positive territory. Very, very exciting, and it's showing a bit of strength coming back into the market. You can see last time this occurred, we really did start to make moves that corresponded as a result of that. Of course, bull trap, as we all know, but now we are possibly seeing a nice bit of movement in the near future. Very exciting stuff. Another indicator I just want to share with you guys is the Bollinger Bands. And the reason for this is it shows where breakouts do certainly occur. We have shot above the Bollinger Bands. So the way we look at this is basically we go, okay, it's getting tight. That means we're seeing consolidation as we've spoken about. And then if we break up or break down, that is basically a breakout. And you can see we have shot up above the Bollinger Bands, which is a very, very strong signal to show we are starting to see a bit of movement, a bit of strength coming back into the market. And a lot of this is being driven by, of course, Bitcoin increasing as well, but ETH has plenty of things going on in the background as well. As we all know, there's forks and that sort of thing coming in the future. So all in all, we're not looking too shabby at this point in time. So what's my price target? Well, I do think we will see possibly a bit of cool off if we do see a rejection off this line here at the 1500. If we do see a rejection, we're going to come down, probably bounce off this mark again and then retest and move upwards. That would be probably, in my opinion, ideal case scenario. That is a healthy movement and we're not just shooting straight up. Of course, it's wonderful to see us moving upwards consistently, but from a long-term perspective, what goes up quickly will come down quickly as well. So long-term perspective, we want to see healthy moves up and down. We want to see this sort of wave format start to form itself if possible. So what is my target? Well, it is a test of the $1,500 mark. We're close. We're not there yet though. As I said to you today, our high was 1,497. I would love to see 1,500, only a few dollars off, but time will certainly tell. I'm looking very much forward to seeing what happens in the near future for this one here, guys, because it is looking very, very positive at this point in time. That wraps up today's analysis of Ethereum's ETH coin, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Of course, if you did enjoy today's video as well, make sure you do leave a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of this sort of content, hit subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. I'll leave it there for today, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.